Welcome back to the Boundless Shores. It is me, your boy, Wes. I got a crying baby in the background. This is all the complaints about my bad puns built up into one. Yeah, this is my curse for all my bad puns from earlier.
No, clearly they
This
saw
is
the
my
future
fault.
and saw the TPK that's going to happen.
See, okay, that's probably the more likely answer.
Oh, dude, they're heckling you really bad over there.
I know this live audience is so terrible. They hate my jokes.
Boundless Shores
And
is
he
recorded in front of a live
waves.
studio audience.
I love it. Oh, see that Caden liked that joke. Anyways, my question of the day is, because we're missing a couple of members, is what's our least favorite thing about them? No, I'm kidding.
We just
Oh,
lost
we
to
lost
James.
James.
We
James
just
just
lost
died, dude.
Thomas.
Imagine dying.
Thomas sucks and
Couldn't
he's
be me.
X.
Welcome back, James. So we thought you died.
I did. It was instant karma. Right after they said TPK, I was like, no, everyone but me is gonna die, and then just I died.
Yeah, we didn't get any of that.
Oh,
It
man.
just froze with you covering half of your face, looking away.
Like, it's literally just like, and then it stayed for like.
And then you just left. You died of
30
disappointment.
seconds.
I think the question of today is, I don't know. Liam, think of a question of the day.
Oh no. um,
Who do you think's gonna die first in our fight?
Amarath.
Amarath, yes. We're all gonna target him.
what would your? I don't know if we've asked this already, but what would your character do after, like, everything is done? Like, how would they retire?
Oh, I got this one.
All right, take it away.
Obviously, he's settling down at the old family forge. You know who he's settling with.
Oh yeah, I know who he's settling down with.
Yeah, you too.
That's about it. Just live the life of a merchant, but one of those ones that, like, if you fuck with them, they're actually a level 20 fucking retired hero and will just smite you.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. You know what? Next campaign, we're just gonna see a middle-aged Tobin as
That's
a local blacksmith in one of the towns.
that's providing he lives that long.
Yeah, no, he's gonna die. That's who I vote. I think he's gonna die first.
I
That'd be
think
sad.
I'm just kidding.
Real Goon number 423 is going to die first.
I think our Golan would just rule
True.
when he's
Well, do you have
after.
any? Do you think he'd have any goals for the kingdom once he's done with all this stuff? Like, what would he? Especially if it doesn't end up going back to like Shadowguard, if he has to figure out how to live in like the desert there. Like, what do you think his goal? Because obviously your dad was big into like conquering and shit, but like, what would you want to do?
I would.
Mm.
What would he do? Um, I think you would just try and make diplomatic relationships with like a, all the major players, and just try to
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that'd be good. Like,
try
aside
to
from war, just
what's the word?
doing diplomatic relations instead.
Oh, what's the word?
Negotiate.
No, not negotiate.
Ah, yes. The negotiate.
Describe the word.
Like
Love this game.
Reestablish?
no, like
Rehabilitate?
fuck it.
Restore.
I can't think of it right now.
I love that game. Don't let it go away. I love this game.
Reduce how many dirty shadow guardians are in the.
Whoa, you gonna take that, Orgolan? You just called your people dirty.
Damn.
Luckily for you, I've got a way you can take out your frustrations on him. I'll bring it up later in the episode.
Fair.
Yonatan, what about you? What do you think? What would Yonatan do after you save the world and you retire? What would you do?
Finn would probably want to go back to Paylor and just get rid of all the mushroom and assassin vine crap that's there. And
I feel like that's already, you do that before you retire.
Yeah.
Like, that's still adventuring stuff. You mean like
When
after
there's
the world is
peace.
safe.
oh, when the world totally peace and safe and nothing is going on at all.
Yeah.
Jonathan would just try to go back to the Scar Forest and rebuilding his druidic order and make the next line of druids for him.
It's a good point. Good idea.
I like that one.
Just
Cal doing?
try to generally lead as much of a.
So yeah, presume based on like this, your deal with Cavalis and all that, you get that resolved, so you're free to like live in the world after all this.
Yeah. Well, first of all, he would stay with Milo and teach him everything there is about Asherati sand sculpting. And then he would travel all the Boundless shores trying to rebuild the traditions of the Asherati.
Nice. Very cool.
I don't know. Give me an NPC and I'll tell you their future. Or well, I'll tell you their future. Their
Fuck's her name? Can't remember her fucking name. I know it starts with a V. Holy Lore Keeper.
Vidal.
Vidal, yeah. What's she gonna get up to?
I mean, I feel like she would want to reestablish the city of Palos.
Yeah.
Back to its holy order and repair the chapel of Palor. But I think underneath that and her devotion to Palor, I think she would also, in her time especially, experiencing all of this and her relationship with you guys, I think she would also probably travel the world for a little bit and heal people and try to help the poor folk as best she can until she feels
Little
ready
missionary
enough
effort.
to a little missionary effort until she feels ready to return to Palos to restore it to order. I think that's what Dale would wish would happen.
Cool.
So it's been a couple weeks. Does anyone remember what happened last episode?
No, not
No. Just no. Not a single thing.
Okay,
Not his
well,
friend
all right.
Conrad.
Here's what I'm. Oh, all right. So here's what I'm working with. So, The party, after returning to the Vampire Hill Manor and reuniting with Kay and your various friends, Yonatan sent with a vision after dealing and atoning with a lot of his sorrows. He felt driven to seek out Arceal, or before he would know that, he follow the mushrooms and see what this the mysterious old traveler that he met all the way back in what Arist, who
Yeah.
made his bow staff. Yeah. Party travels there. They meet Arceal in a cave of mushrooms. But Arceal
Bro was
seems
tripping.
off. He was tripping. He
Own
seemed off,
supply,
and
baby.
Don't
yeah,
get high on
sir.
your own supply, baby.
Tell that to
That's where
Arceal.
you'll end up like Arceal. Honestly. He seems to be working with. He alluded to a mutual friend in a sinister way, but he wasn't very explicit on. But all you kind of got the gist was this guy's an op, and gotta
What do we
leave.
do to them?
So
We ice them.
fucking yeah, fucking Yonatan ices the shit
Dude,
out of his
I
own.
honestly, I meant that as
Damn.
just like ice an op, and then I realized that he literally iced him. I was like, oh shit, that worked.
That was great, dude. No, that was fucking awesome. Yeah, no, he iced his crib, and so with that, the party made their way back to the Vampire Hill Manor after Chris warned the party of an impending attack from the Vainglorious X upon the Vampire Hill Manor. With exactly 1 week to prepare. We're honestly, because I can't remember where we left off, we're gonna end up back on the front porch of the Vampire Hill Manor, of the party, along with your companion Layla, returning to um, the manor. Yonatan, just because we referred to it jokingly in our recap, how are you feeling after the reveal of your former friend, one that you've longed to atone with after what you thought you fucking murdered him, and then after you've learned and your memory has been restored, that he has survived and now is aligned with one of your various enemies. How are you feeling as we are uh, ascending up the steps towards the large dark wooden doors of the Vampire Hill Manor?
Yeah, Jonathan is definitely in his own head a little bit. Um, just thinking back to the events of Taylor's tier, just feeling a lot of regret and sorrow and he feels responsible for Arceal uh, straying from his ways, so to speak, going off the beaten path. Although he does feel good that he gave Arceal some free DQ Blizzard. Hashtag not sponsored.
Two questions for you, Yonatan, or well, again, Nate. Could you roll me a d20 real quick and tell me if it's even or odd?
Yeah. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Fuck you. Odd.
Odd?
Odd.
Roll me a knowledge nature check.
Okay. Uh, 29.
One thing that you still notice is the clumps of mushrooms that you know is known as the Amicus aeternus still reside on your bow staff and have um, grown in size a little bit more. On the top half of your bow staff, you see more of these clumps of Amicus aeternus.
Um, um, can I detect? I'm gonna cast detect magic on Amicus.
They seem okay. They seem they're not magical at all. You don't get any magical detection from them. But on your 29 of knowledge nature, you could tell that these spores are offsprings of a greater, older fungi. Like these spores are the young spores that have been transferred. They're not the eldest spores. I'm not sure what you know. I'm not sure if you know if that means anything to you, but um, they're not magical. But you can tell that these are offsprings of Amix Eternus.
Okay. Um, do I know where Angus Eternus would normally be located?
Um, will be a survival check.
28.
You know, Amix Eternus is it's a pretty resilient fungi that it is able to withstand multiple winters. So you know that this is actually native to the southern regions of New Daria. Especially, you know, it grows in clumps in your old home in the Scar Forest. But you also know that Amicus Eternus, after the events of Palor's Tear, is unable to grow.
Huh. That's interesting. I would figure it's not connected to RCL at all.
No? I would love to hear your thought processing why. Not that I'm, saying anything, but why wouldn't you think it'd be connected to Arceal?
Uh, I'm just wondering if it is like connected to RCL because he's the frickin' mushroom man. And he clearly wanted me to follow the spores for a reason.
Honestly, just roll me a flat intelligence check. And that might, and if it's favorable, I don't know, could give you some answers.
21.
What's your fucking
I rolled a natural 17 and my intelligence is intelligence.
Goose? Golly, alright, fair enough. Could this be connected to, based on everything that you've experienced, these only appeared after you met Arceal. They weren't native to your spear even after he made it, these came after that point, after Arceal was sowing the seeds of reuniting with you. And so honestly, in a weird way, you feel that these probably are connected to Arceal in some way. But, how you're not sure. With native species, you're really it's really easy for you to be able to read and tell on stuff, but mushrooms, weirdly enough, is something you haven't really discovered much of, and so you're not sure of any connection, I think. But you do think that it probably has something to do with Arceal.
I'd like to examine my staff and see how deeply ingrained these mushrooms are in my staff.
The rest of you, the Arenal, you're walking down the path towards the Vampire Hill Manor. As you watch, you see a fire lit in Yonatan's eye as he's definitely deep in thought as he's inspecting his bow staff. Um, does anyone in this time as you see him definitely lost in thought and inspecting his stuff and kind of hear him muttering to himself of he can't really catch the words that he's saying, but he's definitely thinking in his mind.
You alright, Jonathan?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm all right. I'm just running my mind through that encounter with Arceal and what be up to with these Aang and I guess Eternus staff.
Can't imagine what it'd be like knowing something like that would happen, but just know that we're behind you.
Yeah, yeah. I've got your backs too. Wouldn't have gotten this far if that wasn't the
A slight setting change for our audience. Instead of approaching the Vampire Hill Manor, we find the Arenal uh, strolling amongst the garden, and after talking strategy, they decided to stroll the garden and just to relax their minds as we find earlier Yonatan inspecting his staff, lost in his own thoughts. As you see a small burst of light as the side door opens to the manor, as a body kind of slinks out and makes their way towards you, as you see Vidale before you. May I join you?
Yeah, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
No changes with Beckett. She is sleeping now. There's no one to take my post, and so I need a breath of fresh air.
Right.
Don't blame you.
Mivni, can you go watch over her for a little bit?
It would be my pleasure. she flies off.
Oh god damn it.
Makes it through the door. Oh, was I gone?
No, I think
You
I
were
was.
gone for a
Oh, he
second.
was. Okay, I was scared.
Was I
So
also gone?
you said she flew through the door. That's what.
Yeah. She flies through the door as it's closing and flies down. Assumedly towards Beckon. You see Vidal collapses onto a bench near one of the ferns and takes a big deep breath of the cool night air.
We appreciate everything you're doing for her. Even if you don't feel like you're doing much, it's more than we can at this time.
I cannot lie, I really liked her.
Let's not
She
speak of her in
was
the past tense. She'll be back.
she is very smart and beautiful.
She's definitely amongst our wisest, very well traveled, and knows many things.
I envy her and her skill. I think she's leagues beyond even me in my craft in the medical field. She's quite beautiful.
I think you just you're a little more specialized than her. She's been out in the world, um, not even just helping our party, but even before that, she's been out in the world dealing with the realities, and you've been researching the tier. So, although she may have a more wide range of abilities, yours are certainly not to be spoken ill of.
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not speaking down on myself. Your friend is really talented. She was famous even before knowing you.
What?
What? Orgolan, you don't think that a random healer covered in blood wearing a plague doctor mask didn't get their name spread around?
But she had her impressions. I
Fair.
met her once. I had to travel to New Warren for a certain herb. Um, she's quite skilled. She doesn't know. She means something a lot more to the peasants of New Warren, I think.
Yeah, I suppose in a way she was probably like a dark guardian angel for them.
More than that, she could heal their wounds and cure their diseases. She was special. So I'm glad to have spent my time with her in her vulnerable state.
Anything that we can do to get you less tired and fatigued by any chance?
A cup of tea would be lovely.
A tea?
Mm, green tea, a little bit of honey.
I'll see what I can grab at the in the kitchen there.
Would you please?
Absolutely. As Jonathan is going to make his way back to the manor into the kitchen.
Or Golem. You roll me a spot check.
$14.
You feel the hairs on the back of your neck stick up as you fall as you catch someone's eyes fall upon you as you're almost like a sixth sense, your alertness. You turn to see two glowing pale eyes of the building.
Do I recognize
You
them?
in the pale silhouette you see two cat ears kind of poking out of the head. You see the flowing robes of a lore keeper. As you feel you recognize him as Kay. Kay's pale eyes just stare at you. And although you just recognized now that he's there, you get the feeling that he's been watching you for a while.
Uh, he. Huh. I head inside.
You walk inside the building. Where do you go?
Head up to where I see. I saw Kay.
Kay is standing. He was on the exterior. He was
Oh,
watching you from the outside of the building. Yeah, sorry.
I thought he was like in the building up on like the second floor or something. Okay, my bad. I go talk to Kay then.
You in the garden. It's getting about dusk now. The sun is receding beyond the horizon, where it's getting dark. You kind of duck into the shadows and walk a few paces towards where Kay is, kind of at the corner of the building. Talk with me a moment, will you, Orgolan?
All right.
He leads you into the manor and walks down the hallways as you recognize he leads you into his study. As you walk in, he locks the door behind you and goes to the other door and locks that door. Yeah, you can see him pick up a piece of charcoal from the fireplace as he kind of whispers, breathes into it for a moment. As he places it back into the fireplace as it begins to roar into a dull fire. You want tea or something a little stronger?
I'd go with something a little stronger.
You see
I think
him
you do have that to me.
look down, reach into his desk as he pulls out um, a a large bottle of some dark liquid, some kind of dark liqueur. Reaches in, grabs two flasks of this. It almost looks like gold glitter in a vial. And then he, reaches behind him to grab the pot of tea and places the pot of tea onto a platter and places 2 glasses. Take your poison.
I reach for the dark liquid. That's not the tea.
You reach for it, but he kind of see him just snatch it from you and just take one of the teacups and glug, 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 pours you a glass of it, recorks it, pours himself a tea, puts a little bit of sugar in it, and then opens one of the vials of um, glimmer and dashes it into his tea as he mixes it. Anyone else thinks that I'm busy right now? But I thought this was the one and only time I think we could speak with each other before everything goes down.
I agree. What
You,
were you thinking about?
you asked me a question before.
Yes, I indeed did.
Now that you have my full attention, what was your question?
Um, I just want to learn how to be more diplomatic and like learn how to basically command
Hmm.
how after our whole ordeal is going to end when it ends, if it ends.
If it ends. You're such a pessimistic, Orgolan.
Well,
Tell me, what's your favorite food?
ooh, back home there was a dish my uh, grandma used to make. It was this uh, soup that was just amazing. Um, it had it was just good. Um,
It was. Hold out your hand for me.
okay, and I hold out my
Uh,
hand.
take up one of the bottles, the vials of glimmer, and have it until a few flakes fall into your palm. You trust me.
With how long we've worked together, I guess so.
Eat it, put it under your tongue.
As I
You
plop it
put
in.
the glimmer in underneath your tongue as your mouth is immediately watered by the taste of that dish. And as that dish those flavors start to wean off, you get like a sweet and salty aroma of an old Shadow Guardian dish of pure rock salt and pure brown sugar atop of almost like it's like a brownie cake kind of texture. It's light but rich. It's all these flavors enter in your mouth. You feel your body relax as you feel brought back home. As you just take you almost you watch your posture just kind of relax. You lean back in your chair and take a deep breath in. Good. Now that you're relaxed, you want to be more diplomatic, right? You want to know how to be a king.
Yes.
You know, don't be surprised when I tell you that it's really quite simple.
Lay it on
Your
me.
first mistake is to never stop talking. Because as soon as you stop talking, that's when your opponents know that you're thinking, and you must act as if you knew what you were going to say all along. You also you play games, yes? Board games. When you make a move, is it the piece or the player that makes the kill?
The player.
Hmm. Is that so? But if the rules were not there, would the player not be able to make the move that the pawn would have made? Yes. You still abide by the rules, even though you made the move. The piece made the kill. Yes. Each piece moves differently. Each piece can kill differently. You need to learn to take stock. You know what you're working with, you know what your opponent is working with, and therefore any deal that your opponent would make to you, you already know the answer to, because you know what you want and you know what they want. Yes?
Makes sense.
But how do you make the hard decisions? Roleplay with me a moment, or go and... Let's say you're at home, you're sitting in the throne of your father, and a farmer walks in. He had a terrible crop this year and was not able to meet quotas and also wasn't able to feed his family. He deviously put stones into his hay to weigh it more so then he could make a couple of extra gold to feed his family through the winter. The farmer was caught and brought to you. What is his judgment?
Would tax him more for the next harvest season and let him off with a warning. Knowing how the year has gone.
All right. And if two feudal lords um, that both feel ownership over a small farming village, both of these feudal lords have towns and fields of crops and their own keep to themselves, but they seem uh, disputed over this small farming village that lies halfway between each of their borders. How would you rule this court case before each of the feudal lords react in violent vengeance?
I would say um ooh,
There's another lesson, Ogolin here. Don't just sit in silence. Ask questions. What do both of the feudal lords want? You know they both want this village, but what else would they want? Money? Gold? Minerals? Ask questions and that will begin a discussion, yes? Instead of staying silent.
yes. Uh, I would ooh, fuck.
All right. I will give you a lead. I will give you a lead, Orgolan. Let's say that these feudal lords walked in exactly after your appointment with the farmer accused of fraud. You already have the knowledge that he had had a bad harvest, and so you could assume that these feudal lords are not only feuding over this farmland, but also feuding over the fact that they don't have the resources to fully back their lands, yes? So let's say you walk into this conversation with that already in mind, with that both of these feudal lords' farmlands had not yielded enough crop. So both feudal lords are desperate, and in this case lashing out in anger over this small farmland. What would you say then?
Uh, um, I would I would split the land in half and give half to each of them.
Hmm. But
Seems
let's
fair.
say then that this farming town um, doesn't like the taxes of one feudal lord, as let's say one feudal lord raises the taxes higher than the other land, and now you have your citizens revolting for both of these agreements. What would you say then?
I would put in an agreement that if one lord raises the price, the other one would the price for both would have to stay the same. So if one would raise it, the other one would have to agree to raise it.
And let's say an enemy kingdom were to send an envoy declaring war onto your lands. They would not wage this war on return that you send your year's worth of harvest and pay a hefty fine. How would you react?
I would bring in some of my generals to assess our military strength to see if we um, have the numbers to defend or be able to have a substantial encounter or conflict. And then go from there.
Golem, tell me, when you're in battle, are you unkillable?
No.
No. Are your friends?
No.
Do you stand a better chance against an opponent with your friends than without?
Yes.
Do you know what they are all capable of?
Probably not every last detail, but I know what I've seen them do. You have
So,
an idea of
tell
what
me,
they can do?
Golem, war's coming. Where would you position each of your friends? Where'd you position me?
You. I would probably position you as like a infiltration type unit to gain intel and or be able to flank the opponents.
Or Golem? If there were anything you take away from this conversation, is to act as if you have the confidence that you already know what you are going to say before you say it. And B, take stock of all you have in your arsenal and as much intel on your enemies to make the most educated decision upon reaction. Yes?
Makes sense.
Argolin, you are a prized fighter. You're tough. But you also don't communicate. You have a league of friends on whom you can confer with and plan with. When you listen to music, as imagine yourself as an orchestrator. Are you the sole component of the movement?
No.
No. And if, let's say, you lost instruments, would that piece be the same?
Definitely
Would it
not.
be as good?
Depending on the situation, but no.
On the situation. But if the flutes only played 8 bars in the whole composition, does that deem the flutes useless?
No.
No. Every instrument works within an orchestra. You must work to orchestrate, to bring the movement from sheet to reality, yes?
I believe so.
So what have you learned today, Morgolan?
Never stop talking and have all the information before acting.
And my class is complete. It's getting late. Go get some rest.
Can I we'll cut back to us in a second, but can I on my sending stone okay, I saw you go off with Orgolan. Can you, if you're still with him, can you ask him to meet us in the training grounds in the morning?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Morgolan, you've been requested at the training grounds first thing in the morning.
All right. I can do that. As
Um,
part ways.
you exit and uh, make your way towards your room. The garden party.
Oh no, we have a frozen DM.
Yeah.
Pause.
Wes, we lost you there, buddy.
Where do we leave off on?
The garden party. You just said
So,
that's
yeah,
the answer. Hold on, hold on. Liam paused it because we
I
lost you
unpaused
for
as soon as
winter.
he came back.
Oh, sorry.
oh, cool. The garden party dwindles as the hours wane, as you all make your ways up towards your rooms for the night.
Well, hold on. I don't want just Orgolan in the training grounds in the morning.
Oh, all right. Sorry. We'll backtrack a little bit. My apologies as we return focus to the garden party. Sure, probably maybe half an hour after Grolan disappears into the shadows. You guys are still out in the small hedge maze near
Yeah.
the right side of the building.
So as we're chatting with Fidel and Yonatan's come back with her tea, I'll just kind of think about it for a second and just be I was hoping Orgolan would be back by now, but if he's still with Kay, I'll just send him a message. Everybody, I was hoping you could join me and Calduin in the training yard early tomorrow morning to so that we can all, you know, get some training in and possibly help Calduin with some of Layla's training.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have to all be prepared for this oncoming fight. Not just
My thoughts exactly. So you'll see what I have in mind once we get out there tomorrow morning, and I'll look over to Leia. I'll be like, that means if you want breakfast, eat it early.
Okay, how early are we talking?
5
I
a.m.
want you outside when the rooster crows. Not that there's a rooster, but when it's dawn, you're out there. If you want to eat, like he said, 5.
I mean, there can be a rooster, I guess.
Fine.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go to bed now then.
Smart.
Just shut up, Tobin.
Shoots a little devious grin. All right, everybody. Try and get some rest early morning.
Right. Have a good night, you guys.
Have a good night.
At this point, now the Adana will make
And that
their
would be when I
ways.
call Orgola in, and then we all go to bed.
Yeah. Now make their ways up towards their rooms to tuck in for the night. We're gonna call our first official break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
The Adana will drift off to sleep as Calduin, you get the taste of iron in your mouth. Your eyes jolt open to you coughing and sputtering out heaps of blood from your mouth. As you look around you, you see the surrounding is the exterior of the Vampire Hill Manor. What you see all around you is stained in, soaked in blood, and the ground is littered with bodies. You see the bodies of your own people scattered around. You see the bodies of the shut down and destroyed Sanguiscythes. You see the bodies of the Velbridgite royalties and their guards. You see the bodies of the Edainaul, along with the rest of your friends. And near to the peak where you stand on a hill, you see the bloodied and mutilated bodies of the gods. You stand bruised, cut, slashed, bloodied, panting on this battlefield. In your right hand, you clasp the Sword of the Setting Suns, and in the right, you clasp the dark steel, blood-stained blade of Malice. As you stand in this battlefield, blood dripping off of your body, staining into the bloodied battlefield below. You hear a door open. You look behind you. You see almost like an ethereal doorway of double doors made from celestial wood and glowing gold. You see this doorway stands in the middle of nowhere and leads to a new destination, one glowing in gold and pearly white light.
approach cautiously.
You enter through the gateway.
Yes.
You feel the swords in your palms melt away from you, as does the blood and the scars, as you feel rejuvenated as you pass through these doors. As you find yourself in the Hall of Judgment within the Aether Wilds. You see across the quartz pillars beyond, underneath the mural of the ceiling of the Everdark, you see Ragnar sits alone on the throne.
I bow my head in respect.
He beckons you forward.
I walk forward.
Kalduin Gahishi. It's time to be judged.
I understand.
Plead your case.
I've done what I've done to get by, thinking that is to protect those that I care about, doing everything in my power to do whatever it takes. And I realize that I've just been hurting myself. I have no case. I have done this to myself.
You walk with an evil in your heart. Does not belong to you. Why do you travel with such hate?
Because it used to be the only thing I knew.
Are you prepared to sacrifice yourself for the greater good?
I am.
Will you cut your ties with your current patronage to clean your slate and start anew?
I don't know how.
Will you cut your ties?
I will.
As you say the words, I will, you hear the I will, I will, I will, I will. As they echo into the chamber, you feel the torch light begin to fade as darkness creeps in to the Hall of Judgment. You see Ragnar's body almost shimmers like static upon a TV screen. He kind of glitches for a moment, and there sits Cavalis upon the throne. You see him donned in onyx black steel armor. see Malice within his hands, resting down into the throne, almost purging into the pure white quartz below, seeping its inky black vial into its surrounding. You hear Cavalis's voice. You would betray me now, after all I had done for you.
You brought me back. For that, I am grateful. But you have taken me. You have tortured me. You have shown that I am nothing more than just a body.
You were a body destined for greatness, Calduin, until Fulmon decided to change his plans. You were going to be his body and my favor to everlasting glory. And you fucked that up. I can never forgive you. I will torture you until you suffer. Until everything you believe to be true in this world becomes false and all the doors close on you and you are alone and lost in your own mind.
You know, something that I've realized. You don't need power in this world to survive. You don't need power to get what you want. I have people by my
Power's all
side.
you have.
You're wrong. I now have a family. I have friends. I no longer need your power.
You see a doorway for you. Everywhere else is pure midnight black. You see a wooden rustic doorway before you.
I approach the door.
It feels warm to the touch, warm like the warm sun of the ashen sea that shines over you and guides you. You feel this almost dried wood doorknob emanating with heat.
I reach out towards the door and open it.
As you open it, you feel almost like a picture changing orientation. You feel as you open the doorway, you fall as if you're free falling through into the void as you lose your sense of gravity as the door spirals above you and disappears into the midnight black. You feel slash, a cut from a blade, another slash. Each slash deals you 10 damage, take 20 damage, 20 slashing damage. Calduin,
Okay.
you take another slash, boom, that's another 10 damage. And each time you take this damage, all you hear echoing in your mind is, you cannot live without me. You are nothing without me. Power is all you have.
During my adventures, it has been proven again and again that my friends, my family, is all the power I need. They have picked me up multiple times when I have fallen. I do not need you.
I do not need you. That echoes in your mind as you fall and you feel your body. It doesn't hurt, but you feel the impact as your body lands on a quartz floor. Looking around you once more, you find yourself in the Hall of Judgment. Ragnar sits once more on the throne as he and his golden eyes stare down to you. You would give all that you know to shed your grief and your anger and your evil.
I would.
And you would swear yourself to me as my keeper of balance.
I will.
Kneel.
I kneel down. I kneel, my head hanging low to the floor.
You see, as you hang your head below, you see Ragnar stand and walk towards you. In his hand, you see he flourishes it below you to make sure you see it. The rust red blade of the Sword of the Setting Suns. He begins to knight you. As he knights you, instead of bestowing you with some title or giving you some divine purpose, all he says is, as he taps you on the shoulder, on the right, and then the left, and then the right, and then taps blade upon your head. He whispers, "Your sins are forgiven." And you wake with your alignment changed to, what is your new alignment? Calduin.
Lawful neutral. I'm gonna keep it with neutral.
And as Calduin awakes, a free and changed man, Tobin. A brisk, almost sharp smell of the northern winds drifting in at your nostrils. As you pass off to sleep, you, in your mind's eye, awaken to yourself kneeling on the roof of the Vampire Hell Manor. Beside you, you see a gargoyle made of stone that looks down from the corner of the roof into the courtyard below, you see upon the fields that lay before the entrance of the Vampire Hill Manor, you see Kay standing silent and vigil. He's far from you, probably, 150 feet away, standing silent and vigil, facing away from you into where you see, now that since you have a vantage point, you see beyond where he's looking, where it just almost fades off to black. Where just beyond the hill and the ridge line of the Vampire Hill Manor, all you see is midnight darkness.
You wanted me to do something here? Are you done talking?
I don't know. Do you do anything in this moment, or do you want to let me keep talking?
I'll try my best to peer out into the darkness to see if I can see what Kay's looking at.
You hear a soft voice in your ear as you peer into the darkness. The future is quite hard to read, my dear child. You turn to look towards the origin of the voice. You look towards the gargoyle, but now as you see the gargoyle, it begins to move almost fluidly as you see a large figure wrapped in almost dark stone steel armor with a helmet made up to look like a raven's head. Large, draping, dark, inky wings purge from her back as you hear the voice of your mother as she, in the place of this gargoyle, kind of crones her neck and looks towards you and cocks her neck. My brave boy.
Mother,
Don't be so cold, dear Tobin. You were the one who called me here.
I don't seem to recall doing that.
But your heart did. It sings a song of anger and of darkness, my dear child. Melody I am one too familiar with.
And a melody that I choose not to listen to. I don't need your power.
But it's one that sings in your heart, my dear child. Whether you like it or not, your blood and my blood are the same. You crave this battle. You need this battle.
I need to keep my friends safe. And if the battle's what's going to do it, then sure, I need the battle.
You try so hard not to be like me. Yet
I'm not a
day in
thing
and
like
day
you.
out, you are exactly like me. As your vision kind of blurs in this moment, as it shifts to a battlefield, you watch your mother in her dark steel armor, her inky black wings extending from her back, a gruesome, almost red maul in her hands as she carves through soldiers. These soldiers, you recognize some of the iconography. The uniform is definitely different, but you recognize these as uh, New Darian soldiers, or at least Darian soldiers. She carves through. You watch as, almost like through salty tears, your vision blurs to yourself carving through not sanguisice, not not even red spawn, but Asherati. You almost, from a third person view, watching yourself cleave through rank and rank of Asheratis, it looking almost exactly like Alduin. These Asheratis covered in deep, gnashing scars and cuts and bruises. You are everything like me, Tobin. I am not the Dark General. Oh, I'm probably gone. Let's be real.
No, you're here. Keep going.
Oh, I'm so. Oh, sorry. All of you look so frozen that I thought I was gone.
We're listening.
Damn. Oh my god. Yeah, you totally are. Too well, in fact. You are everything like me. I am not known as a Dark General for nothing. You wage war like I wage a war. And you'll need me before the end.
I didn't wage this war. This is an attack on my friends and my people. And you won't taint my soul with these images of. Am I right in assuming that these are like images of? Are these supposed to be like Tobin cutting down Asherati, or like looking at like the past of like his ancestors cutting down Asherati during like the wars?
It's probably up to interpretation.
Okay, well in that case, I'm gonna.
But you do see yourself. Like, it is your
Right.
armor and your blade that is cutting
Yeah.
through these people.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna interpret it as kind of like the like my ancestors, but like
However you want to
me
interpret
like
it.
in the and you won't taint my soul with these hollowed memories of the past. My One of my closest friends is of those very people, and we have done more to mend the ties of friendship that bind us together and our people together than any past example of this war and bloodshed.
Past, present, or future, my dear child. You will spill enough blood to fill storybooks to last a lifetime. You are cursed with my bloodlust, dear child.
The only thing I'm cursed with is listening to an old, worn out power that can't do anything itself, so it has to try and live vicariously through its son that wants nothing to do with it.
Harsh words, child. I will offer you some friendly advice because I still love you. No holy ground will stop this conquest. No barriers nor fire will stop their vengeance. Your only hope to lean and bend. Try your best to walk that tightrope, to not fall into my darkness. But you'll need it for the end.
We'll
You
see.
hate. You hate like I do. You see, almost before you kneeling towards you, you see the human form of who you now know to be Solari. As he whimpers for his life before you, you see um, thugs who have had their knees broken and are wailing for forgiveness before all you hear is a ringing in your ear. You feel a wound in your heart, like a stab wound, but you feel something, and it feels like anger, and it builds into your heart, and it begins to stop that pain. As you catch your breath, you look down your sword, the horn of Tyrael in your hands, as you've at the edge of the blade. In one moment, you see it's Calduin at the edge of your blade, but in the next moment, you see your mother. And then you blink one more time, and it's your father. And you blink one more time, and it's Asherati covered in scars as you cut the throat. You wake in a cold sweat, with your mother's voice echoing, "You'll need me before the end."
With the that anger that quelled the pain in his heart still fresh on his mind, he's gonna do his best to take deep breaths and allow that anger to subside. And as the anger calms and the pain fills his heart again, he'll just think to himself that as easy as it is to get lost in anger, these emotions are what keep me human and keep me not like her, as he just begins to sob into his hands for a moment, thinking about all bloodshed and everything else presented to him in that dream.
As you take your moment and sob into your hands, it's interrupted by a knock at the door.
Who is it? Tone says as he finishes wiping any tears from his eyes.
You see the door opens as you see Layla uh, enter in. She has a plate of bacon, eggs, and toast. As she says, "It's 6:30. Kind of overslept. I was waiting for you to wake up, but I got you food."
Well, look at you, up nice and early. Thank you. Sorry, I had a bit of a rough night's sleep.
I could hear it, or well, feel it.
Um, thanks for the food. I'll meet you down in the training yard in a few minutes.
And you, well, I waited for you this far. Calvin's gonna rip me a new asshole if I go down this late, anyways. What's going on with you and your mom? I'm not gonna tell you how I know, but I, I can feel that kind of thing.
As Tobin starts to get dressed and get his armor on and stuff, since that takes a few minutes. Yeah. Well, we were before all of this darkness business. The big threat we were facing were the demigods. My mother happens to be one of them, and Beckett, our fallen friend, was a sort of servant of her, an extension of her power. And for that reason, we shared an interesting relationship with each other and my mother. But in order to help this world, we had to seal her away in her spire, which is the I suppose the place that links the demigods to the boundless shores, but also the thing that can keep them from getting into it. And ever since then, aside from a mark left on Beckett, me being her own flesh and blood, Tobin purposely leaving out the part about like him being like her heart or like and like her tie to this world. I am one of her only ties left to this world, so she tries to goad me and tell me I need her in order to have some semblance of control from her hopeless spire. That's all it is.
You're so casual about all of this, Tobin.
There's no
But
point in being angry about anything. If anything, anger is a way to let her into my heart, and that's not something I'm willing to do. I don't need her power as much as she thinks I do, and as much as she tries to goad me.
roll me a sense motive check.
Okay. Let's see here. Sense motive. It's just 10.
You feel as though Layla has more to say, but she kind of swallows whatever thought she has and adjusts her shoulders and says, "Okay, well, eat up. Calvin's gonna kick both of our asses if we're too much later."
As she looks at Tobin, he's literally got like a mouthful of bacon and bread and stuff, and go, When he goes to go with her, like it's just gone, inhaled.
You as you're eating away, you see Layla kind of swipe a piece of your bacon real quick and kind of eat it in front of you. Cockily and goes, "Damn, if you got reflexes like that, I'm probably gonna beat you in like what, 2 or 3 months."
Wolfer.
Well, fruit. You gotta. All right, hold on. You finish the rest of this bacon because you need the protein more than I do, Shrimpy.
Candy.
Tobin scarfs it down and be like, sure. We better get going before Calduin kicks both our asses.
You guys almost have a light jog through the Vampire Hill Manor and out the back door and down the steps towards the training grounds. As you guys are approaching, you see Calduin with his arms crossed as he stares towards you guys, towards you two as you approach.
Quick question: are the other two there, or are they also absent?
The other two who?
Like, or Golden and Jonathan, are they absent as well?
Orgolan and Yodatin and Milo have all made their ways there.
It's beginning to think you weren't coming.
It's just Tobin and Layla who's not made it.
Morning, sleepyheads.
Oh, also, Wes, just so you know, when Calduin woke up, he immediately took the heart out of his bag and gave it to one of the bloodhounds to take it to Kay.
Okay.
Yeah, Calduin, that's my bad. I didn't sleep well. She was actually waiting on me. But from the looks of it, you don't look like you slept that great either.
Not really, but
I guess that means I have no excuse. Sorry for being late.
apology accepted. Now,
Roll me a sense motive, Tobin.
That one's a 12.
You can see on Calduin's face that he's obviously very exhausted, but you can kind of you see his posture and his shoulders. You see they're very rolled back and relaxed, but also he stands a little bit prouder than he used to.
Seeing this, Tobin's gonna smirk while he kind of begins to stretch the best he can in his armor. So, the reason I wanted all of us here is because with this fight, coming up, I figured one of the best ways for us to prepare is to practice against strong opponents and to improve any sort of chemistry on the battlefield that may already be missing. What better way than to pit ourselves against each other?
Speaking like a bloodhound now.
Calduin, I think I'll let you decide the matchups.
I look over at Milo and gesture towards Layla. Think you're up for the challenge?
What? Eat this little girl? We can do that.
Don't get cocky.
Cookie. All right, Calduin.
I smack Milo on the back of the head when he does that.
How? Okay. All right. I'm sorry. You see, like a towering figure begin to stride their way towards you guys as you look to see Safiri and his white matted bloodstained fur walk towards you in combat gear. He says, "As long as you can count me in."
I was hoping you'd show up.
You don't think I wouldn't?
All right.
Well, now that the fur ball's here, it's a goddamn party.
Jonathan, I will kick your ass if Calduin tells me I will.
I'm gonna give Layla just a little shove behind. I'm like, get in there, as I kind of push her towards the center of the training ground.
Okay. Well, Ian, do you want to control Milo while I control Layla in this fight?
Already got the sheet up.
Awesome.
This is as Calduin. So Layla, how well is your perception? As I nod towards Milo, who will immediately activate innate spell invisibility.
You're gonna watch as Layla whips out her Crescent War fans. She almost like she strikes them together as you hear like almost a ringing through the whole battlefield as she opens her eyes. As you watch, they both glow in like a shining golden light as she readies herself into a stance. I'm gonna get both Milo and Layla to roll me initiative to see who's first.
That's 22 for Milo.
Whew.
You're not gonna believe this. That's a 21 for Layla. So Milo acts first.
Okay. So with him being invisible, can Milo tell if those eyes can see invisibility?
Roll me in a Arcana check.
Nat 20.
No.
So Milo is going to take out his rapier and sneak around behind Layla. That's a nat one.
Cool. And he at least hit himself.
I guess. No, I can't do that. Never mind, because I already said I took out my weapon. Unless we could just say his weapon was already out after. Are we saying they both had the weapons readied already, or?
I think his
No,
early
I'll
thing
say
was the magic.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
his early thing was magic, so he has to take his weapon out.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, he's just gonna move around and try to flank her, and that's what he will do.
I think Layla will kind of like move her stance out to kind of take in the area around her as she's going to cast Detect Magic. What steps could she? What would she? What would she make, and what would
Just so you know,
Milo take to?
detect magic won't locate an invisible creature.
Yeah, it won't.
Okay, that's fine. And so she'll detect magic and look around and pace around for a while, but she doesn't locate Milo.
She can hear him though, because it doesn't silence footsteps.
Well, I mean, I don't think he would have done anything to do any. So I guess now it would be Milo's turn.
Okay. So with would his first turn been able to move behind Layla?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, does anybody else know this? Because I can't remember. I don't remember seeing anything of it. But can you use a move action as an attack action?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so unless you have a
Yeah,
kind of
unless it's like
feat that
explicitly
is in
says
order
that.
to do it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that would work
The only time you can move you can use a move as an attack if you use a full attack action, which you uses up your movement.
then.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I needed to know. Okay, so he won't be able to use True Strike just yet. I gotta think about this. Oh, right. I am going to use Ghoul Touch.
Mm.
What do?
Would
Give me a second. Ghoul Touch. I make a touch attack, melee touch attack, and if I succeed, Layla is paralyzed.
that'll win quite easily.
That's if I don't roll another nat one.
Yeah, right.
That is a 14 to touch. Of course, I rolled low.
14 to touch. Uh, that will that matches, so that fails.
Damn.
And does Ghoul Touch reveal his location?
It was an attack, so yes. Oh wait, this is a. Oh wait, no, you don't get. Actually, do you get egg bonuses on touch attacks? Because if so, that's an extra
Y-
+2.
You need a friend with you
No,
to
you
flank.
need another
right.
another
Right, I forgot about
teammate
that.
in order to flank.
Forgot about that. My bad.
Yeah, no worries.
So where is Milo in relative to
Behind her.
Layla?
Like,
Exactly behind her?
yeah, like directly behind.
He just touched her.
Directly behind
Oh,
her.
okay. You watch as Layla kind of in that moment almost like uh projects his hand being there as she flips in spot, dodging his hand, readying her crescent moon daggers as she slices in, as you watch her golden eyes glow even brighter as she both enacts her snowflake war dance as well as her smite evil.
Ting.
I don't think Smite Evil would do anything to Milo, correct?
No, smite evil would not work. It'd be a waste. It would. It doesn't. If they're not evil aligned, it will not damage. Do the extra damage.
Yeah. I think in this moment she's going to use it in order to like flex her abilities, but it wouldn't actually deal any damage.
Question. I'm trying to remember. Since she's turning around, would that make an attack of opportunity? I can't remember if Chris said that was attack of opportunity or not.
Turning around?
Yeah.
I don't think so as long
I
as
don't
you
think so.
leave the threatened space, right?
Right. Yeah.
As she's upon Milo, you almost hear like the sounds of like almost holy chimes going ting 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 as she strikes forward as she's going to make a full attack towards Milo. If I can find another d20, that would be helpful. There it is. Oh my god. All right, fair enough. That is 23 for the main hand and 20 for the offhand.
Yeah, they both hit.
And he's going to take 13 slashing damage. I don't think it's all slashing damage technically, but I think it's 9 slashing and 4 holy damage that he'll take.
Okay. So that's including the smite.
Not including the smite because the smite takes no effect.
Okay.
As she strikes down, you hear Milo. Z reacts.
Do some.
At the back, you hear Paladin. Milo, you are better than this. Come on. As Milo will take a 5-foot step and cast Obscuring Fog. I believe that's what it was called. Obscuring Mist, sorry. Which
Hey, what
now,
is obscuring mist you?
Obscuring Mist. In a 20-foot radius, creatures beyond 5 feet have a creature 5 feet away has a concealment chance. So now there's a 25% chance to miss.
Hmm.
And that is what Milo.
And so she will take a step forward and attempt to hit you. So on a 25 or lower, she will hit. On a
On a 20 or
26 or
20 or
on
lower.
on a 20 or lower.
She, 20 or lower,
That
she'll miss.
is
Anything higher, she'll hit.
that is a 73, so she'll miss.
No, that's a hit.
Oh,
1 to 20 will miss.
oh,
Anything higher will hit.
okay, fair enough. So she will hit, and
Dude, 80% concealment chance would be broken.
sorry, I'm just seeing how long this lasts. Give me 1 second.
One.
Oh, okay, perfect. So she will make another 2 attacks towards Milo.
No. She moved. She can only make a single attack this turn.
No, she has 2 up in fighting, so it's automatically 2 attacks.
Oh, okay. I see.
So that is 20 and 19 to hit.
Yeah, those both hit.
That'll be 17 damage.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
Milo's turn up next.
Milo is going to take another 5-foot step back and use another invisibility, making him completely concealed.
You're gonna watch as Milo conceals himself. Layla kind of shrinks herself into a fighting stance, and she's going to ready in action.
Okay. Milo is going to go round to the right side of her and cast Ghost Sound silently cast Ghost Sound on the left side of her, making it sound like somebody's approaching her on the left.
She reacts with her reaction and casts a lesser confusion spell out into nothing.
Milo confusing the mind. As he will now cast, um, while invisible, he'll cast Mage Armor on himself, realizing that he is taking too much damage.
Does Mage Armor reveal his presence?
He is casting Armor silently.
So
And
that
it
doesn't
doesn't really
reveal
have
himself
much of
on
a physical.
invisibility, right?
Yeah,
No, it will not
I think
reveal
only an
invisibility.
attack spell would reveal him.
Anything, if I attack the person directly, they will be attacked. If I do anything else, It doesn't even break. I could sleight of hand if I wanted to,
Okay.
and it wouldn't break.
Okay. So you see Layla prepare herself with another action.
Give me a second, just gotta fix my armor. Actually, I could just remember that I have 18 now. Nope, 20. Sorry, it's 20 armor now. So Layla is now facing to the left, right? So her back's to Milo.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, excuse me. Milo is going to. Really wish I could. Give me a second.
Giving second.
It means very many seconds.
1.
3.
Okay. He is going to make a attack on Layla. Does a 27 hit?
That will definitely hit.
Okay. Oh, wait, actually, I just realized I rolled an 18. That is crit range.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
Natural
That's another
18.
18.
Oh my god.
Roll one more.
15. I rolled.
Yeah. All right. So run one roll on the crit table.
So 1d6. It's a 3.
It's a 3. Uh, on your next defense, you can either get a +2 AC or a +2 to ref and will.
Okay. And since that she is, I am technically invisible and flat-footed, this will also class as a sneak attack. Which I believe is a 2d6. Yep, so this is 4d6. Nope,
Hmm.
3d6.
Hmm.
But times 2 on one of them.
Spicy.
So that is not great damage, but it's damage nonetheless. So that's 4, 6, 9, 13 piercing.
Uh, you watch as Layla falls to the ground and kind of cries out in pain. She goes, "Okay, okay, okay, okay. I concede. I concede."
Wait, actually, I missed because I forgot about the concealment chance.
Who cares? As I think Layla concedes to Milo, as like she got a couple of good attacks in, but she after that attack just kind of duck and covers and doesn't really get up after giving the victory to Milo.
The obscure miss Milo, excuse me, dispels willingly. I walk over. You're done after one hit.
It hurt, okay.
How much damage did he do?
13.
How much health does she have?
37.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Almost bloodied.
Yeah, Milo lost 30 hit points.
She did
So
pretty
almost
good.
Out of
half.
how many?
62. So
Oh
almost
wow.
half.
Oh, you know what? She did pretty good.
Yeah.
I commend your hits, Milo. Milo
Thanks.
sloppy back there.
I
uh,
know. I think I got a little cocky. I'm not gonna lie.
I told you not to get cocky.
I don't know. She seemed weak.
I'll walk over and help Layla up and just be like, it's kind of that wasn't bad. You did good.
Well, it wasn't great either.
Yeah, but Milo probably has more experience than most of us. Well, at least me. He's pretty young, but he's been doing this for a while, from what I can tell. Well,
No
he looks
kidding,
young.
but it hurt. Okay, well now that I've gone through my pain, who's next? Who do I get to watch fight next, so I can actually get some enjoyment out of today?
That's a great question. Who do you think's next, Calduin? And just a reminder that Safiri is here and wanting to fight too.
I want a Golan to fight Safiri. Let's get him out of his element.
I wanted to fight Safiri. No, I would
If you
love
want,
to see this fight. No. Argolan versus Safiri sounds great.
I almost
know
said you, to be
Safiri
honest.
wanted-
I'll fight you. I'll fight you in a bit, Calduin.
Safiri really wanted to fight Jonathan after that furball.
Yeah, I think this may be more interesting. Well, I don't know if more interesting is the right word, but it's going to be definitely pretty bloody.
Yeah.
See, Severi cracks his neck and says, "Alright, we're going."
10 gold on our goal.
Okay, let's have some fun.
Roll initiative.
In this corner, Orgolan, king of the drows of what the fuck's that place called?
Shadow Guard.
Shadow Guard. Ruler to the throne and thrower of fists. In the other corner, Safiri, herald of Anghor. Anghor, right?
Yep.
with his large stature and large weapon. Let's see how Orgolan will fare.
I got an 8.
Yeah.
You got an 8?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could roll that low.
Same here.
Me neither, dude. I was worried because Safiri got a 9.
Oh, Orgolan, if I
Oh
was
my.
feeling like helping out, I'd give you a.
What are
I'd
the
give you
odds?
the thing that.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
I'm gonna cast Alter Fortune on our goal.
No. We're not helping.
It's just, what are the odds that both fights are determined by initiative by 1?
Right?
Yeah, that's
Right?
crazy.
Hold on, you gotta give me 1 second because I forgot about something.
Oh shit. That's not good for me.
A
Yes.
human. What? The
It's probably
DM
something else.
forgetting something? Impossible.
Shut up, Nate.
I'm just joking.
I know you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not gonna do that one. Okay.
Are you looking at your stances?
Yep.
Or I don't think you get to choose. I think it's just random based on what I was
Yep.
reading.
I know.
Okay. Sorry, I heard you say don't think
Okay.
I'm gonna choose that one. I was like, what? Oh, but yeah, you start with 2, right?
Yes. That's what I was looking.
I walk over to Tobin. 10 silver, he opens with a flurry of blows.
That's a fool's bet. I'm not taking that. Bet on the winner.
You watch as a
I've got the
Safiri
Herald.
ducks into fighting position and flurries his warhammer as you watch his eyes fleur to life in like a red rage. As he looks, he has his eyes dead set on Nurgolin as he just hits him with the come forward.
Gotta take that, Orgolid.
All right. I am going to run forward and start just throwing some haymakers.
Flurry of blows.
Yeah.
I see that coming.
Told you I wasn't taking that bet.
Oh,
So that is a 25 for the first hit, 22 for the second, and a 23 for the third.
all of them will hit.
All right. There we go. And also throw. Two. So the first hit is 14 damage. Second is 16 damage. And the third is 8 damage.
So 38 damage in total.
Yes.
Oh baby. Orgolin's got fucking damage output these days, dude.
And you didn't do any sudden strike because you didn't say it beforehand.
No,
right?
he didn't.
All right.
Just to make
As
sure,
you land the hits, you see Safiri rear back and kind of crack his neck a little bit more as he stares down towards you. He lifts his warhammer up.
Gulp. What were you saying, Liam?
I was wondering if Owen had fixed his flurry of blows stats yet.
Probably not.
I believe I have.
I'm not gonna lie to you boys. Even without the crit nerfs of building Safiri, I just rolled a crit.
Nat 20.
Well, it's a natural 19, which is still a crit for him. So that is. He also uses, because he's only making one attack, he's using his what is that? Divine Strike move, Divine Strike maneuver, which adds an additional 8d6.
Oh,
So I just want to tell you what I'm rolling.
divine
1d10,
surge.
1d10 and 1d6
Orgolin, what's your
plus
total health?
2d8 and 8d6.
160.
Okay. Damn, nice.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
so the 2d8, 1d10, and 1d6 are all multiplied.
Can we get Wes one of those comically large calculators to tally up damage?
Hmm.
Christmas gift idea.
Yeah, sir.
25 plus.
I've got my calculator up if you want to use it, Wes.
No, you're fine.
We could get on the paper ones that click with every button press and then it goes
Oh yeah.
with the
Oh yeah, that would be sick. I just want like the ones that are like that big and have the huge buttons so you go
yeah.
like still digital, but they're just fucking sick. I even want one for myself, dude. Like, I want to get one with like custom computer keycaps, like so that it actually like it sounds like one of those fancy like mechanical keyboards.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Or there's even ones that actually have like buttons that are like typewriter keys that are also kind of sick. That goes for keyboards and calculators.
So that's 144 damage.
I think you should probably
As
tap out.
he gets a
I'm out.
free. He gets a free tripping attack against you. Can you roll me a strength
I'm
check,
outright dead.
please?
I'm outright dead.
No, you're at 144. I thought you said you had 160.
No, 106. I should.
You said 160.
You said
I
one.
Yeah, you said 160.
I have 106. I'm dead.
Anywho, you're definitely
All right. Well,
knocked
okay.
the fuck out.
You're down.
With that knowledge, Safiri would have known that you would have died from that, and so he dealt non-lethal damage to knock you out.
Yeah, so I'm out.
And so you get 3 strikes in, and then one with his hammer, and you are out cold.
After we all just kind of gape for a second, I'll go over there and drag Orgolan off to the side, put a towel on his head. You'll be all right. Can somebody call Vidal or some sort of healer?
Milo.
Can you give me
I'm
5 minutes?
standing right here.
5.
As Orgolan is scraped off of the battlefield after that attack and brought to safety and healed back to full. All eyes fall back onto Tobin and Calduin. Onto who fights next.
Well, if you think we could follow that up, Calduin? I feel like we could be a pretty good match.
Be hard to do that, but yeah, we could do it.
All right. Tobin make his way to the battlefield, kind of, roll his shoulders a little bit, draw his sword, and take a fighting stance.
I look at you. So, no holds barred.
Everything you got.
As soon as he says that, I take out both the sword of the Setting Suns and my revolver.
Please.
All right,
Just-
let's roll.
Is there any pre-round action that anyone takes?
Just drawing our weapons, I think.
Yeah.
Just drawing your weapons?
Please.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Both
guys,
of
I think
you
that'll
roll
keep
me
it fair.
initiative.
Whatever you do, please don't kill each other.
We'll try not to. That's gonna be 21.
Yeah, I
Or
rolled
20 dirty 20.
I rolled a 4. I got an 8. No, 10.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's see here. If we're getting right into it. Tobin will. Oh, hold on. I might actually be
I
able
might need to disappear for a hot minute, but you guys can run this
Okay, yeah.
fairly well until I get back.
Why could I have gotten that?
Tobin is going to cast haste on himself. And then he is, I think. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me just. Yeah, Tobin will cast haste on himself and then move up towards you.
Okay.
That'll probably be it for this turn.
Kind of wish Wes wasn't here because I wanted to describe something. Dang. Well, he'll hear it in the edit.
Yeah.
As you look at Calduin, when it comes to his fighting states, you see that it's a lot more relaxed, a lot more nimble-like, instead of his normal tensed up form that he used to have.
Right.
As he looks you in the eye and drags his sword across his hand as he will activate his Crimson Rite of Lightning.
Nice.
As the sword begins to spark with crimson energy.
Beautiful.
And then he'll swing at you.
Okay.
That is probably not going to hit, but does a 23 hit?
No.
24, sorry.
No.
Did think so.
So what kind of slash are you doing at me? Like, you go like upward slash, downward slash, stab? What are you doing here?
I'm doing a diagonal slash at your chest.
Like from above or from below?
From
Because you
above.
just okay. As you go to slash at his chest, Tobin, you can tell he's very limber from the spell he just cast. He's just going to quickly sidestep it, and then his sword is going to begin to glow with or begin to freeze as ice begins to cover his blade, and with the ice vapor coming on going on top of his blade, he's going to swing at you. Hold on.
Bless you, Wes.
And oh, wait a sec. He didn't move this turn either. Let me think here. See, I'm debating here if I want to use my move action to put it. No, I won't do that for now. Okay, so with that, he will swing at you. First attack is a 29 to hit.
As you swing, I reuse my reaction and turn into my Wraith form. Now you have a 50% chance to miss on every attack.
Okay, I'll
Also-
do them as they come then. If I hit, then I'll.
Also, a little flavor here. When I turn into my Wraith form, the once sickly purplish reddish color that used to be there is gone, and it is just a pure crimson glow that comes out of my chest. Like it's
Very
no
nice.
longer corrupt.
I like it. So is it above 50 or below 50 hits?
Above 50 hits.
Okay, so the first one's gonna hit with a 66.
Okay.
Our second attack is going to be 28 to hit with a 26, so that one won't hit. Third attack is going to be a 21 to hit. Does a 21 hit?
That just connects with my AC, so you miss.
Okay. And then fourth attack is going to be a like 30 something. It'll hit 33. So, and that'll be 63%. So I get 3 hits there.
Okay.
On the first one,
Icy.
first one is going to be. Let's see here. So these are. So do you need me to break down the slash and ice? Do you have any resistances, or can I just give it to you?
You could just give it to me straight.
Okay, so that's going to be 7, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So first attack's going to do 19.
Okay.
Second attack is going to do. So I'll just keep counting. 20, 26, 29. And then 33, 38, 39, 40, 42 damage.
42 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you swing at me.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. I didn't add any of my +5s that I just get from the weapon. So that's going to be +15. What did I say the damage
57.
was? 57. So 57.
57. Okay. So that means I will take 46 because 11 of that is going to my hit pool.
Is that a wraith thing?
Yep. So
Okay.
as you hit me, you can see that some of the damage seems to just like how do I put this? It's hard to describe this. You see like a red aura, a waver around me as as you hit. You said,
Okay.
yeah, okay. Sorry,
So yeah,
how
you
much
take.
damage did you say?
So
57?
57 total. So
57.
you take 46 after your 11 hit pool.
That stings. As I am going to activate Blood Maledict,
Okay.
Curse of Ethereal Shadow. Uh, as I activate this, my body glows with crimson as some of the sand falls off and seems to entangle into your shadow.
Not good. Oh, you're finally gonna get to use this.
Yeah, sir.
You tried to use this
As
against the demon thing, right?
yes, as I go for another diagonal slash to you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not hitting. That was a 4.
Yeah. Tom will easily sidestep that again. Is that my turn then?
Yep.
Okay. This time, Tobin is going to um grab his arm with his blade for a second, or hold his blade with one arm and grab his wrist for a second as he takes a deep breath and does a little chant, and the blade begins to start cracking with the purple lightning. As he is going to swing at you again. Okay, first one is going nat 20.
Oh,
Let's see if this actually hit. Okay, 95. Yeah, so that for percentile. So yeah, this one really wants to hit you. Let me roll again here. An 8 plus 15, so 23 would hit, right? So
Yes.
so that gives me crit table. What's 1 on the crit table? Wes, you're muted.
muted.
Extra attack at your max BAB.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so first one is going to hit. Second one is going to 19, so that won't hit. Third one is going to be 17, so that won't hit. And then fourth one is at max BAB, so that's going to be 27 to hit, and percentile is 63, so 2 hits.
Okay.
Okay,
Love it.
so first one is, do
Wes,
I roll double the die or just double the damage on the die? I can't remember.
Double the damage on the die.
Okay, so that's going, I'm just going to use a fucking calculator here, okay?
While you do that, Wes, could you do me a favor and see if you can resend me the Blood Hunter Blood Oath stuff? Because like I said, I lost that page and I can't remember exactly what Curse of Ethereal Shadow does.
Times 2, so that's
Yeah.
gonna be 26 plus
Let me try my
5.
best to send that to you. I'm also having some troubles with my drive right now.
One more. Nice. Plus 6. And then how much health do you have left?
I have 46 health. You did half of my health in one
Do you
hit.
have the pool still, or is that gone?
That's gone.
Okay, then I'm not even gonna use the second attack because with the crit, that's as I slash at you, the purple lightning is going to for a second as my sword goes to hit you. I'm gonna try and flavor this. Let me know if it sounds a little too not likely based on your as it hits that red aura that was protecting you again. It's gonna fizzle out with the lightning as the lightning spreads throughout your body, and then the blade's gonna carry through for one hit, and then I'm gonna come again and slash you again with the last bit, just kind of just hitting you, telling you're low with the like flat of my blade to finish you off, doing 53 damage with the last. Said you had 46 left.
Yep.
With the last 7 being non-lethal.
Okay. Yeah. With that
Unless
hit,
your shadow thing does anything to like stop me or whatever.
nah. My form comes back as I just kneel on the ground, out of breath.
I'll kneel down and grab you. And just dude, I don't know what you're doing differently, but you've got something's different about you, and I can tell you're gonna be a real asset on the battlefield. I'll I'll kind of like help you over to a place to sit down.
Let's just say I lost some baggage.
Love to hear it. So I don't think I actually took any damage that fight.
Nope,
Did I?
because my dice are pieces of crap and can't roll.
Yes. Hey,
Stupid dice.
to be fair, I missed I mean, because of the crit I got you anyways, but I missed a bunch of my attacks on that last one anyways.
Yeah,
Not
that's the
just with
only
the
reason why I
percentile.
didn't go down
Yeah.
faster was because of the 50% miss chance.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, that was sick.
If it is 10 o'clock now, but if Yonatan is itching for a fight, since I took no damage, I'll take him on too. Because I don't think there's anybody left to fight him.
I don't think so.
Well, you and
Yeah.
Safiri. Safiri didn't take anything. No, Safiri
Oh,
took a little.
true, but
I mean, it's me, Safiri, and Tobin, who are fresh as daisies right now.
yeah. Did you want to fight?
Yeah, I'd want to fight if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah, like it is 10 now, but this shouldn't take super long. It's just a 1v1, right?
Yeah.
Just definitely make sure, as long as everybody else is cool with that, we can end it now if we want to. If
Who do you
depending
want to
on,
fight?
yeah, Yonatan and Tobin.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
The two of you square up in the battlefield. Roll initiatives.
Cool. Oh shit. Tobin's gonna cast Nerve Skitter on himself because that was a shitty roll. So my total, what'd you get?
So I can. I'm gonna alter fortune.
Is that
roll.
how does that work? Is that a swift action for that?
Alter.
As long as he has it prepared, it's a swift action.
Oh, okay, cool. So what'd you get?
I'm re-rolling right now.
Oh, okay.
I got an 18 for initiative.
Okay, I got 14.
I
So
am up first.
yes, sir.
So I am just are we doing pre-round actions to pull out our weapons?
Mine's already out, so yeah, go ahead and take a free action to take your weapon out.
All right, I'll take out my bow staff,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna try and hit you twice with my melee attack.
All right.
That's a dirty 20, so that won't hit.
Nope.
That is a nat 20 though, on the second.
For a total of what? No, I'm kidding.
28. Just enough.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. 20's an automatic hit. See if you hit me again, though. See if you get the crit table.
Okay. That's another natural 20.
Do it again. See if you kill me.
See if I down you. So what is that at max base attack bonus or no?
It's
It's
whatever
on
the
that first
attack
attack,
is
so
that you're
yeah.
doing.
So I've critted twice, so I rolled to see if I could crit a third time.
Yeah.
So okay, so basically, like if you rolled the initial natural 20 and then you rolled a secondary natural 20, if the third one hits, it allowed you to roll on the crit table twice.
So like what would
Sounds like it didn't.
I had my first attack
As
bonus?
if you're making the same attack roll.
So yeah, the first one. If it
Okay.
was the first one that you crit on.
24 does not hit.
No.
Only one
No,
roll.
so
you
just
get
double
a crit
damage
table.
and crit table.
Mm-hmm.
You
5.
roll the 5, you get an extra attack dice that also gets multiplied in your attack.
Damn. So what does yours use? D6 or?
Mine, yeah, the staff's melee is 1d6.
So you get 2d6 and then times 2.
2d6 times 2
Plus whatever your bonus is. Probably your strength modifier, unless it's a finesse weapon.
I don't bow staff would count for finesse weapon, but I do.
If you have the finesse feat, every weapon that you have is with your dexterity.
I do not have the finesse feat, so it's going to be
So it's just strength.
+3. So that is going to be 21 damage.
21 damage, very nice. My turn?
And it is your turn.
Okay.
Next.
Tobin, now that you've moved up for me and saved me some hassle, will cast Creeping Cold and attack. Just do a regular attack here. Will a does a 23 hit?
A 23 does indeed hit.
Okay. Does a that's not great. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does not.
Okay. And how about a 16?
No.
Okay. So we'll do one hit here. Take 15, 20. Take 25 damage.
Okay. My turn.
Yep.
All right. I am going to take a 5-foot step back.
Okay.
And then I am going to move away from you 20 feet.
Okay.
And then I am going to shoot at you with, because I moved, only one attack.
Just using the bow.
Yeah, I'm shooting you with my bow.
Okay.
Does a 29 hit?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
What's your attack bonus on the bow?
My attack bonus on the bow is plus 15.
Nice. That's the same as my sword. What's the damage?
All right. 1d8 plus 5. 10 damage.
Okay.
And then it's your turn.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Tobin will run up to you and coat his blade in ice one more time. Also, I used Creeping Cold, so you start by taking 2d6 of ice damage, which is 8 damage. And then he's going to use Energy Surge to coat his blade in ice and attack you. First is going to be a 28 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Second is going to be a 26 to hit.
Yep.
And third is going to be a 9, so that won't hit. All right, 2 hits. It's going to be 6, 10, 14, 19. Oh, wait. Plus another 3d6 for the energy surge. Plus 5, plus 4, it's 34. And then plus 5. And then plus 15 plus 20 for a total of 59 damage.
Boy. That is a big hit. 59?
59, yes.
Okay. So now I am down to... Cool.
And he's gonna goad you a little bit, like, hey, are your spells not working, or what's going on here? We're supposed to be fighting with everything we got.
Very well. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back. Go away from you 20 feet again. And then I am going to cast Wall of Cold Fire on you.
Okay. Do I gotta save or anything, or?
You do not get a saving throw on this.
Okay. Is it range touch, or?
No. It's just a spell effect.
Okay.
like an attack or anything like that. I'm gonna choose the wall. I'm gonna choose the side of the wall facing towards you.
Mm-hmm.
It sends forth waves of cold, dealing 2d4 points of cold damage to creatures within 10 feet.
So, are you
Um,
putting like a wall between us? Are you sending it right at me? Like, what's happening here?
I think. Yeah, I think there's nothing saying that I can't like put it on you. Like,
No, yeah, I don't see why not.
so you are going to be taking 2d, so though dealing 2d4 points of cold damage to creatures within 10 feet and 1d4 points of cold damage to those past 10 feet but within 20 feet.
Wouldn't that hit you?
Yeah, right? One side of the wall selected by me sends forth waves of cold. So yeah, so if I set it on you and you're within 10 feet. So my side of the wall isn't getting blasted with cold, but yours is.
Okay. So is this just wall of fire but with cold flavor on it?
Yeah,
So
basically.
since you send it in me, I actually take 2d6 because I'm like within the wall.
Okay, so you're within less than 10 feet.
Well, to this, in addition, the wall deals 2d6 points of, I guess, ice damage plus
Plus
1 point
two.
of ice damage per caster level to any creature passing through it.
Okay.
And I'd be passing through right now. So what's your
Yeah.
caster level?
So I'm gonna activate my frog pendant, which gives me a 5 more spellcaster levels.
Okay, which makes your total.
Which makes my total for the spell 15.
Okay, so 2d6 plus 15.
Yeah.
What do I take here?
2d plus 15. You are taking 26 points of cold damage.
Okay. Alrighty. My turn then?
Yes, sir.
Since I'm already in the wall, I might as well just finish passing through to your side, which is not getting any damage. And also you take 3d6 from creeping cold, which will be 16 points of cold damage.
Okay.
So then I'll run over to you and let's see here. Yeah, I'll do another energy surge. 32 for the first hit.
I'm going to. Oh, wait, I can't do that because it's ready to action. Damn it.
32 for the first hit. Second one's only going to be 16, and then the third one is going to be 10. So only one hits, but at least it's the one with the extra damage. How much health you got left? Just so I know.
I have 33 hit points.
Okay. Let's see here. 4, 7, 15 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2. I'm going to deal 25 damage to you.
Oh boy. Oh my god, 8 hit points.
All right, what are you doing? We got to wrap this up.
Alright, I am going to cast Numbing Sphere.
Okay.
Basically, I just summon a freezing sphere that I can manipulate with my movement.
Okay.
If it enters a space with a creature, it stops moving for the round and deals 1d6 points of cold damage as well as 1d4 points of dex damage to that creature. Though a successful reflex save negates both cold and dexterity.
What's the reflex?
The save DC is 16.
Okay, let's see here. Oof, that's not gonna do it. That's only 12.
So that is going to be 1d6 cold and 1d4 points of dex damage.
Yeah. So what's the cold?
You are gonna take 4 cold damage,
Okay, and the dex?
4 dexterity damage.
So temp mod's 12. Okay. My turn.
Yeah.
All right. Can I move through it freely, or does it like stop me from moving or anything?
You can try to climb over it.
Oh, it's like a physical like. Wait, I'm not like inside of it. It says it stops on something where there's a creature in it.
Yeah, it stops. It stops moving once it shares the same space.
Okay.
So you'll probably be able to move up and around it.
Yeah, I'll just either go around it or through it or whatever it is and come towards you. And then I'll do an attack.
Have to miss all 3 or 4 times.
Well, I missed the first one, so you're looking at, and that's my high one. So let's see. 26 will hit, won't it?
And minimum damage takes me out.
Yeah, so I'll just give you a little smack with the blunt side of my blade.
Alrighty.
And as you hit Yonatan with the blunt side of your blade, you hear a gunshot ring out through the arena. As you look up and towards Kay, who has his gun raised up high above his head. You all better come see this.
Right, okay. Safaria, will you grab Orgolan?
Of course.
He'll grab Orgolan. I'll throw Calduin on my shoulders. Or not like on my shoulders, but I'll give him like a piggyback because he's probably still pretty beat up.
As yet I know we'll go inside to discover what Kay has to show to them. That's where we're gonna leave tonight's episode.
Cool.
Join us next time for when we get into crazy ass combat.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Well, big piece.
Do the
That's
thing.
it. Big piece. Do the thing.
Have a great time.
Peace.